So there we go, level 93 fishing, that is done. We have the nourished ancient effigy and the small urchins in the elf city. We're not going to need that though because this is going to be so much better. Again, the cooking XP really is underrated on how good it is, and I will pretty much get 95, 96 cooking just from not even doing it. However, one of the other reasons we were there was because of the Fishermatic. That is now all done, so if we harvest that is going to give us level 97 invention. Working our way there, hopefully unlocking some better machines as well, which will make life a little bit better and make it a little bit more GP as well. Enchanted node paper isn't too bad, but it's, again, next one will be a lot better when we get the cape, because we'll reduce charges and as well as unlock some better machines. So what I'm going to look at doing now is just price checking Onyx bolts. Now the reason why I want to do this is because Onyx bolts is going to make a lot of profit, but also Onyx bolts is something we can sell on the Grand Exchange while we go into non-members, whether it's like a couple of days or a week or two. We can keep selling while we're doing that as well. So Onyx bolts at the minute do look a little bit expensive. 5.9k, yeah. So Onyx bolts are definitely going to be one of those where it's going to be down to how many extra bolts you can make, which is where your profit is going to be. Because depending on what the rune bolt price is, you might be like 7k in supplies for a 6k bolt. So we shall see where that is. So rune bolts there. Oh, 209 is not too bad actually. Let's just check where that is. 198. Okay. So we've got some room, we've got some flexibility. So 6682 or 6689. So if we put in an offer of 80k bolts, again, that's going to take a long time to buy. That's probably going to be something we're going to do the back end of tomorrow. And then if I buy some rune bolts as well, just to cover that, if I buy 80k, we'll be able to buy that for 200 GP and make a little bit more with that as well. But yeah, a lot of that is dependent on the Onyx bolts buying. Even if they don't, I'm sure we can have a margin decent enough. This 80k Onyx bolts though, I kind of hope it turned into 100k by the time we finished it. In the meantime, what I think we're going to end up doing, I have bought some more super strengths. So I'm going to make some extreme strengths anyway. And then we'll take the offer out for this, and then hopefully while we're doing that, all of this buys. If it doesn't, I'm just going to go and do some more fishing. Fishing is really not a bad thing to be doing, but I do need to start firing some stuff on the Grand Exchange to be selling in the meantime as well. So let's go and get on with that. So some bucklers will be nice to get rid of. If we sell some dragon stones as well. There's a lot of Archeology loot still in the bank, which does need to be sold. Again, 10 million dragon stones is not bad at all. And the bucklers as well, 6 mil there. Again, very, very good. So we'll leave those to sell on the Grand Exchange. We're going to go and do these extreme strengths, and then we'll report back later on when we probably get 101 herb, or when some stuff starts selling on the Grand Exchange. But we'll go off now, and we'll go to 4 for 3, 184, and then we'll get started on those potions. So less than 24 hours left on the bond for this time round, and we've been doing fletching. So to sort of like finish this bond off, I thought I'd do a bit of fletching, see if we could just rattle in some very quick money. Just because things like extreme strengths aren't selling as quickly as what they were. So we're just going to go back to the Grand Exchange. Basically, an important lesson for you guys is the price of extreme strengths last night were 22k each, and I've probably got the buy price somewhere here. So look, yeah, 22.4k last night. I'm holding my price at 29k. Now, if I manage to sell all of these super strengths, which we've started to sell a bit more now, we're up to 1.2k, I would have made an additional 35 mil. Just because I'm not sold straight away, which, again, always hold your price. Like, the absolute worst case, you drop down to the price. If something is severely dropping, then I agree, then cash out. But for this, it's such a volatile market, and I've already seen it go down and then back up once before. So I sold it 24k, and then the next day it was 32. You can hold on to your price as well. So I'm going to throw in these Onyx bolts for 6k each and get them thrown in. So we're going to wait for those to sell as well. We've got one more sort of like 10k round or 10k buy of this as well. We have a little bit of GP here. I think we're going to make something like 60 mil from doing the 80k bolts, which is not bad. I thought it to be better, but it's not bad. But we did get 93 fletching, which is nice. As you can see by my history though as well, starting to sell the bank down. So we've sold the prayer potions, which we bought. Again, bit of a meh price. The manuscripts of when, which we did from the Glacial grind, 45.9 mil, which is absolutely crazy. I can't believe there was that much GP there. We've sold some Onyx Dust, again, Glacial. We've sold some Stonewall segments. We sold some Soul Devourer cards. That was 2 mil there. Some more extreme strength sold. U-logs at the minute, 834 GP each. Crazy price. And as well as crazy price, Crystal keys, I just didn't expect to be about 16k each, so they sold as well for really well. So some snake grass, gold ore, some cockatrice eggs from the summoning potion, Slayer wildcards, that was a nice 10 mil there. And yeah, basically we've just been trying to like reduce the amount of stuff we've got in the bank and just start to sell and clear some stuff up. We do have some more bank spaces now, so we'll probably go for a couple of stuff which sells quite quick, just to get rid of everything. So in terms of what's left here, we can just start getting rid of some stuff. Get rid of that, get rid of that. The FG, hopefully we can now do some salvage as well, which will be quite quick. Some law runes. Did I buy the law runes for something? I can't really remember. I also got Herbert last night. Who knew? I was doing some Herb XP on the laptop. And we got Herbert in the chat. Some people shouted me out while I was in World 84. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Again, if you see me in the game, make sure to come say hello. I love it when you guys bump into me and let me know that you're enjoying the videos as well. Really, really nice. And it does mean an awful lot. And then, yeah, pretty much just got to go trim some stuff out as well. Let's go and sell these herbs and just start trimming down the items we've got. Obviously, there's still going to be some items which we're going to have and some items which we're going to need. But if we can just start trimming down the bank now, it'd be really, really nice. I've actually got a dragon axe I can convert for some XP, which is nice. We'll do that. So if we just assemble that, a little bit of XP, 378k for a dragon axe is pretty good, to be fair. I've just used that while training woodcutting. So I'm going to try and sell the stuff which is going to be like quick and sellable quite early. So we'll just try and instant sell a few things. Just see what the prices are. So some orichalcum, like salvage. Salvage will always sell. And it just means it just adds a little bit more. And we're much more cash fluid now. Like, we've probably got the most cash I've had on this account since we actually bought all the bonds. I mean, like, 11.6 mil from some spirit weeds I've farmed just to get the Garden of Kareed thing done, which is incredible. They've sold. We're going to sell some toad flax as well. So we're going to make about 20 mil from some herbs we've farmed just to go and get some benefits for quick sense and some other stuff as well, which is crazy. Some inks, not too bad. We're going to have 3 mil for that. And it's just nice to see like some visible cash and a visible amount of cash as well. Nice to get it at some point. Right, so ghosty inks aren't selling, which is a little bit annoying. But we'll sell some unicorn horns. I'm sure they'll go quite quick. We'll necrite stone spirits. And then we've just got a few little alks as well. So the reason why I want to show you guys what we're doing is because it's going to get rid of everything on the Grand Exchange. If I start to sell things instantly, just to basically get rid of them more than anything, I wanted to show you guys what we had and where we were as well. So what I'm actually going to do, I've just had a bit of a brainwave. I'm going to, actually no, I'm going to keep that in. I was going to withdraw all my slots and stuff just so I knew where we were in terms of that. Basically, if I instant sell a lot of stuff, I don't want to get rid of prices we bought for, which I've just done with the darts. So we'll keep an eye on what that price was. And I will write that down for what we've paid for those supplies. So we have paid 468 mil for onyx bolt tips and 14 mil for rune bolt. So actually for the bolts which we've got in the Grand Exchange, we need to be roughly at 482 mil, which 150 mil is here, and then we've got this. So yeah, we're quite in. Probably like a 50 mil profit, which ain't bad. Not bad at all, actually. I would say that most days of the week. So if we move that there, we get rid of this, get rid of this. While we're on one note, we're definitely just going to go and fly through the old bank. So what I'll do, I'll come back towards the end once we've sort of cleared a lot of stuff out and just see where we are cash-wise. Again, a lot of this stuff I'll probably just throw on the floor because it really isn't worth it. The energy's worth a little bit. The Dragon King Bones, again, worth a little bit. The Ectoplasm, also worth a little bit there. And the Orichalcum Stone Spirit, yeah, just worth a little bit. Not worth a lot, just a bit. And the rest is untradeable, I think. What's the purple? Yeah, it's like the Candy Cane tokens and all the stuff from the Christmas event. I'll just use them. And it just makes sure that we've got them unlocked. And then all this stuff can just be dumped. But it's taking up bank space. Taking up bank space, which we desperately, well, not so much need. We want it to be nice and clean for the series. If I get rid of all these. And then something else I need to get rid of as well. We're going to go to the combat tab. And I'm going to sell my Bandos. Now, I'm really debating whether I sell the Death Dealer. But I think I'm going to hold on for it for now. And then probably look at selling it a little later on as well. So for Bandos, we can just go and throw into a set and get rid of that. The Pernix boots as well, we need to go and repair. I need to repair Torag's hammer as well. Yep. And the subjugation, I'm just going to use like a gizmo dissolver. I'm not too bothered about the XP there. I can just do that again. It's not too deep. And the penance powder as well. I'll keep the Blood Fury. I'll keep the Book of Wen. They're investments. They're something I've paid for. and I'll continue to use. All the War Priests I'll disassemble and get rid of. All the Lunar I'll get rid of as well if it's not worthwhile doing. So if we go to debts, so we have a Ancient Ceremonial, we have a Bandos. If we throw these in now, 5 mil for Bandos, nice. The subjugation set was 30 mil, so you can bet I'm not disassembling that. So I need some Augmentation Dissolvers. Of course, they're noted. Why wouldn't it be? So yeah, what I'm going to do is finish that tonight, finish the Onyx Bolts, basically clean the rest of the bank out. And then tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll be able to talk through what I've done, how much GP we've got, what we're sat on cash-wise. And yeah, go from there. The big one, we're going to disassemble the Polypod Staff. Again, a pretty solid disassemble for something which wasn't overly expensive. So that'll get us a little portion of the way to 98. And the Hammertron I've actually got in the bank will get us pretty much 98 as well. But 30 mil. 30 mil for the subjugation set. Quite expensive. 30 mil, take a GP off. Sell the OBK. We're going to sell the Fairy Fishing Light token, which I should have sold last year, was a lot higher. That is gone. Penance Powder is 4.4 mil. Penance Powder is so expensive. I don't know why I bought it. But that's not selling. So I'm going to go to Bob now and go and repair my Pernix Boots, which will be a nice little bit of GP as well. They're about 15 mil. And my Torax Hammer as well, which will be a nice little bit of GP as well. So we are going to go and leave the episode there. A big episode really. Maybe not so much in terms of GP or big achievements, but the fact we've managed to clean a bank which has had nothing but more and more items added to it for the past year, and to get it starting to rattle down and taking the cash from it as well. So many players actually have so much GP stored in their bank, it's mad. So it's nice the fact we're actually at that point now where we're starting to bring that down and making more GP as a result. Still got a couple of levels, made a fair bit of GP still, we're still plodding on, and those fletching supplies really are going to help us out. However, that is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.